The Black Death. Without a doubt, the Dark Passing, an overwhelming bubonic plague pandemic that desolated the world from 1346 to 1353, stays perhaps of the most obscure part in mankind's set of experiences. It is assessed to have killed 75 to 200 million individuals, bringing about a disastrous death toll and leaving a significant effect on social orders across the globe. The starting points. The Dark Passing is accepted to have started in Focal Asia, perhaps in the district of current China or Mongolia. It was brought about by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, which was sent through bugs that swarmed rodents. The clamoring shipping lanes of the time worked with the spread of the two rodents and insects, prompting the fast scattering of the sickness. The appearance in Europe. The primary kept flare-up of the Dark Demise in Europe happened in 1347 when Genoese traders getting back from the Dark Ocean showed up in the port of Messina, Sicily. The illness quickly spread all through Italy, and by 1348, it had arrived at France, Spain, and Britain. It wasn't well before it cleared across the European mainland, leaving a path of demolition afterward. Side effects and transmission. The Dark Passing given frightful and unmistakable side effects. Contaminated people would foster high fevers, agonizing enlarging of the lymph hubs, buboes, and dim, purplish patches on their skin. Much of the time, demise followed inside only days. The bacterium was fundamentally sent through the nibble of contaminated bugs that swarmed rodents, however it could likewise spread through respiratory drops when a tainted individual hacked or wheezed. Trepidation and frenzy. The fast and lethal nature of the Dark Passing imparted extreme apprehension and frenzy in impacted networks. Individuals were faced with the puzzling and pitiless nature of the infection. In their franticness, they went to religion, strange notion, and even mistreatment of plague spreaders, as they looked for replies. The loss of life. Appraisals of the loss of life differ generally, yet the Dark Passing was devastating by any action. It is accepted to have cleared out a critical piece of Europe's populace, for certain districts encountering passing rates as high as half or more. Whole towns were deserted, and the social texture of Middle-Age Europe was irreversibly modified. Endeavors at treatment and anticipation. Middle-age medication was unfit to battle the Dark Passing. Doctors, frequently at extraordinary individual gamble, endeavored different medicines, including blood draining, natural cures, and petitions. Strategic isolations and separation were additionally drilled, and a few towns embraced measures to restrict contact between the sound and the tainted. Financial and social outcomes. The Dark Passing had significant financial and social outcomes. With a deficiency of work brought about by monstrous termination, compensation expanded, and medieval frameworks started to disintegrate. The shortage of laborers gave serfs and workers recently discovered haggling power, prompting a change in the social ordered progression. The subsequent wave. The Dark Passing returned in waves throughout the long term that followed its underlying assault. During the 1360s and then some, it kept on re-emerging in different pieces of Europe, yet with less fierceness. The repeat of the infection kept social orders tense, with recollections of the underlying pulverization still new. Long-haul impacts. The Dark Passing's drawn-out impacts were significant. It rushed the finish of the medieval times and the development of the Renaissance. It likewise affected social and strict turns of events, with the far-reaching demise and experiencing prompting new articulations of confidence and craftsmanship. The finish of the Dark Passing. The Dark Demise slowly faded, and by the mid-1400 years, the most exceedingly terrible was finished. In spite of the fact that it never totally vanished, the sickness at this point not hit with a similar decimating force. Further developed cleanliness, changing populace elements, and developing clinical information assumed a part in the downfall of the plague. Examples learned. The Dark Passing left an enduring engraving on the aggregate memory of humankind. It filled in as an unmistakable sign of the weakness of human social orders to lethal pandemics. In the hundreds of years that followed, endeavors to comprehend and battle irresistible sicknesses saw critical headways, yet the tradition of the Dark Demise's shock persevered. A cutting-edge viewpoint, with regards to the 21st 100 years, how we might interpret irresistible illnesses and the strategies to battle them have made considerable progress since the Dark Demise. Progresses in medication, microbial science, and general well-being have outfitted us with the apparatuses to actually oversee and forestall pandemics more. However, the illustrations from the dark passing keep on resounding. Readiness and carefulness. One of the main illustrations from the dark demise is the significance of readiness and watchfulness despite arising infections. The world currently has associations like the World Well-Being Association, WHO, and public well-being organizations that screen and answer episodes, assisting with alleviating the spread of lethal infections before they become pandemics. Global coordinated effort. The worldwide idea of the dark demise's spread highlights the significance of global joint effort in the battle against pandemics. Today, data sharing, research, and composed endeavors across borders are basic in forestalling and controlling irresistible sicknesses. Immunization and anti-infection agents. In the cutting-edge period, we have immunizations and antitoxins that can forestall and treat numerous illnesses brought about by microorganisms, including Yersinia pestis, the bacterium answerable for the dark passing. These clinical progressions have saved endless lives and are fundamental devices in overseeing flare-ups. Social strength. The dark demise likewise showed the flexibility of human social orders even with calamity. Networks adjusted to changing conditions and arose more grounded here and there. Today, we perceive the significance of keeping up with social attachment during emergencies and supporting those generally defenseless. Social and strict reactions. The dark demise impacted social and strict turns of events. In its consequence, the craftsmanship, writing, and otherworldliness of Europe experienced critical movements. It fills in as a demonstration of the limit of human imagination and flexibility notwithstanding misfortune. Progressing difficulties. While we have gained gigantic headway in understanding and overseeing irresistible illnesses, we actually face difficulties. New and developing infections, for example, the coronavirus pandemic, keep on testing our capacity to actually answer. The examples from the dark demise advise us that our aggregate endeavors are critical in going up against such difficulties. The versatility of mankind. The dark passing, the deadliest pandemic in mankind's set of experiences, fills in as a frightful sign of our weakness to irresistible sicknesses. It made a permanent imprint on the course of history, shaping social orders, economies, and societies. As we explore the intricacies of the 21st 100 years, we should regard the illustrations gained from this dim section, proceeding to focus on general well-being, readiness, and worldwide collaboration to protect the prosperity of all. In a world that has seen surprising clinical progressions, the memory of the dark demise ought to motivate us to stay watchful, empathetic, and focused on shielding human existence notwithstanding consistently developing difficulties.